madness is this? Which way are you going, pups?
I'm going to get some wood to do this container thing.
On the inside road. And we'll leave it about there-ish. Right, position the fuel truck. D-Duck, thank you for 49 months. Rich B, thank you for 3 years, sir. Good afternoon, Trotters, 57 months. Yeah, because like in hardcore mode, you'll spawn in with a fuel truck, and then you'll have to take it somewhere to get fuel. Whereas like this map doesn't even have a fuel station, so I don't even know how you do that unless you have to drive to another map, which would be really painful. Oh my god, this is so underpowered.
It's American, what do you expect?
I think I'm going to get stuck. It's -1, but it feels like -1, but it's 5 Celsius. Maybe you're in a draft there, Yoshi. You got like the wind chill in your bedroom. Ted, it's no problem for me. That's true. It's no problem at all. So we've got the big snorkel for it anyway. I can attach that now. That's good. Yeah, submarine trucking. It's not Sunday night trucking, it's submarine trucking. I mean, there is a lot of weight here, so it's all good. Oh boy, this thing is struggling. The water will gush into the cabin. It's okay. I put gaffer tape around the door before I set out. It's fine.
As if.
I can almost guarantee we'll end up tipping this truck over. Sammy and Pubs.
What?
You're making us a bacon sandwich. That's so kind of you, Paul.
Oh my god! You should track out the Tiger truck. It's a Russian truck. It's more stable than 8x8. All the Russian trucks are better, dude. Like,
Oh,
pretty much all of them are just better. It's like it was made by a Russian developer or something. Where can you collect your bacon sarnie? If you nip down to Greg's, tell them I sent you, and they'll charge you double, and you can get it from there. Source. Fuel tank. Live above a cafe that has a breakfast baguette for £2. Outstanding value but not very good. Yeah. I wouldn't really call anything good value if it's rubbish. You know? There's plenty of things on eBay that fall into that category. Oh, this is cheap. You buy it, it's rubbish, put it in the bin. Was that good value? Might as well set fire to a tenner. It's very good tasting, but not very good for your waste. If I lived above a place that did breakfast baguettes for £2, I'd find it very hard not to go there every day.
Yep. Do you know, the girlfriend just came in the room, all coy and like lovey-dovey, and guess what? Stealing a pen.
Oh yeah, happens to me all the time. Just
Hello,
borrowing
darling.
it.
Hello, darling. How are you?
I've never had that problem.
Mm.
Yeah, but you get everything else stolen instead. And
Yeah.
broken.
Yeah, that's true.
MJ Harris, or Mr. Harris, I should say. Mr. J. Harris, off to buy some bacon.
Wow!
I'll give you 3 months.
Wow!
He's like, damn it, off to buy some bacon. Oh dear. Just get rid of some of these dots. You walk past Costa on the way to the bus. I used to walk past, when I used to work down in Oxford Street, Oxford Circus Way, there was a, I can't remember the name of it now. They sold amazing sausage on toast. And it was so hard every morning I had to walk past it to go to work. It was so hard not going into that shop to get sausage on toast as I walk past. And the thing is, it's like £2, £2.50. If you do that Monday to Friday, after a month, that adds up. Surprising. Wait, why am I no power up this hill?
Because it's American.
Dude, I'm not kidding. I literally have no... What the... There we go. It adds up and your breathing suddenly gets more difficult. Well, your waistline starts to expand, that's for sure. Thing is, when I had it, bacon on, you know, sausage on toast in the morning, it would really set me up. Like, it was such a good meal. I wouldn't need to eat till lunch. Oh, I see. Exactly, £50 a month. And you know, I used to do it with if you get a coffee as well, and I used to do it with coffee every morning. I used to grab a coffee on the way into work, and I sat down and thought, hang on a minute, this costs a fortune doing this.
Got some cake?
Yeah, but it tastes and feels so good.
It really does. But
You are right.
£50 to £100 a month just on your breakfast thing it's not great.
Yeah. I mean, when you say it like that, it's really bad, isn't it? But it is a case of, to get through the workday, if that helps you get through the workday and keeps your sanity, like, up for it, you know?
Yep. Fletcher Red, thank you for the bits. I wouldn't mind a piece of cake, actually. This tea's a bit wet.
Did you actually just say the tea's a bit wet?
Yeah.
Oh my god. It's gonna be one of them days.
I think there was a McVitie's advert for biscuits that it was like a song and it said a drink's too wet without one. Do you remember? I can't remember. I think it was McVitie's.
Yeah, I think so.
You complain if your tea was dry. Well, if you've ever had wine, you will know that there is sweet wine and dry wine. And even though it's a liquid, it tastes dry. Interesting concept. Have you used the massive 8-slot trailer yet? Have we used the massive 8-slot trailer?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought
It's
so.
the one that took us like an hour and a half to get up a hill.
Oh. You don't get how a liquid can taste dry. And yet...
It can happen.
You've just been handed a cranberry Jaffa cake. I reckon I can see that working. Wait, how is ice dry water? Isn't ice crystallized water? Like, what's steam then? Because steam is gaseous water. So is that dry? Did Terrace chocolate orange as a bar with cranberry also? Hey, Watchtower. See, I summoned Watchtower by saying his name earlier.
Team. It is a thing.
I've been fine, thank you, sir. That's interesting. You can go that way or this way. Let's try this road. Let's try the high road. On the map, this high road looks nice and clear, and then when you get here, you realise it's just covered in snow.
It's just like mostly bog, right? But just a bog snow. It's just there isn't. I feel like with this Yukon map, there isn't really not an easy way, perhaps lack of a better word, like the part.
Yeah.
You know, it was always the thing where in the first map, it was always take the path that looks like it's been well trodden. And then the Russian map, which was don't bother, just take any path that you can find. It's just... Yes, I don't feel is a mix of either. There isn't a...
No, it's just difficult and then more difficult. Commander Orana, thank you for the bits and the power. And Watchtower, thank you for 1,000 bits. New emotes look great. Thank you, sir. You've also, I don't know if you've noticed, Watchtower, you've also got bit badges you might want to have a look at. Because I think you've probably got one of the nice ones. I don't know. Have a look. You're probably into multicolour territory, I think.
I take it the bit badges aren't like retrospective. Like that's only because you've put them on now that you then work your way up to them, rather than previously being a major contributor or something. Or how does it work?
I think Twitch basically. I don't know if you get a choice of previous bit badges, but as you basically give more bits, it tallies up the amount you've given and then unlocks different badges on the way. Oh, you can choose, right. So say there's like a badge at 1,000 bits and then a badge at 10,000 bits, right? And then you give 10,000 bits. You can then choose the badge for the 1,000 bit or the 10,000 bit, depending on which you prefer. It just like unlocks a series of badges and you can choose one.
So it is retrospective then?
Yeah. Yeah, it's absolutely, because it knows how many bits you've given in total.
Yeah, given previously, that's fair enough.
I ain't going that way. Yeah, you got to go on your desktop app to change the badge. You can't do it on the mobile. Mickey Learjet, thank you for 300 bits. Yeah, I have 100k, 200k, and this one is the 300k. Yeah, so that's the tricolor one, Watchtower. That's the tricolor pistachio. The one after that is a rainbow pistachio, I think. And I think that's the maximum acidity. But I have more. For in the future, if we need more. Basically, I have different it then changed to like a different nut and then multicolor again. Yeah, finally got rid of the default bit badges watchtower. I thought we'll get those done while we get the emotes done. So they're all kind of stylized now, the sub badges and emote badges. Sorry, the sub badges and bit badges. Better consistency. I use Squirrel from YouTube that posts a lot of ETS2 content. Do you know of any other Squirrel from YouTube that posts much ETS2 content?
Wait, you're that Squirrel guy from YouTube?
Shh, don't tell him.
Oh. Sorry, I didn't know. I
Top secret, classified information.
I thought he was a different Squirrel.
PO Box arrival. I've not seen any, Dave, no. Metal rolls. 1, 2. Woo! 2 metal rolls.
Okay.
Baz for 65, just remember there's a button to press which they could implement a system like the badges for donations too. Yeah, they're never going to do that, Baz. The whole point of bits was to basically, for Twitch, to you know, they could see that most streamers were getting their money via donations, and they said, right, we will need a piece of that, so we'll bring in the bits thing, and then we'll give you platform benefits, and then more people give bits, and we can take a nice fat cut of that. And that's what they did. And now most people give bits, and not many people actually use the donation thing anymore. You've been quite the exception, Baz. Look at that, and then we go there and there. I mean, for them, it makes solid business sense.
Yeah.
The bits do have one advantage, though. There are no chargebacks with bits. Like, they're 100% safe for a streamer. Whereas with donations via PayPal, it used to be very painful at one point when people were just gifting money to streamers and then charging back. And some people got charged a lot of money. Go via the fuel truck. Wait, I want to be on that road. You actually want to go there, then back there. That's what we want to do. Are giving bits different from giving donations on your side? Only in the way that I receive them, D-Storm. So, how can I put this? With PayPal, let's say you give $10 in PayPal, right? You send it over, and normally I lose a small percentage to PayPal, right? So I lose, I can't remember what it is now, like 5% or whatever. It's like 20%, 20 cents plus a whatever. So let's say I end up with $9.50. You give me 10, I end up with $9.50. So that comes in via PayPal. With Twitch, you go on the Twitch platform and you buy $10 worth of bits, which is 1,000 bits. But in order to buy 1,000 bits, it actually costs you more. So it costs you, I don't know, was it $13 or something? So you'll spend $13 to end up with 1,000 bits. You give me the 1,000 bits, Twitch translates that back into $10. So I receive $10. Yeah. So it's a different way. With Twitch, you pay the cut when you buy the bits, and then what you give to the streamer gets completely. But with PayPal, you pay the money, and PayPal takes a small cut. The cut is smaller, but with bits, it's 100% safe. If you give me 1,000 bits, there's no take backsies. Like, you can't contest that. It's done. Like, I get the bits, I get the money. That's the end of that. With PayPal, you can give me $10 and then go to PayPal. Oh, my 5-year-old son did this. I didn't expect he would do it. I need to charge this back. And then PayPal start arguing with me. And then if they win, you win, and I get a massive chargeback. It's like, that's the way PayPal works. It took them many years for PayPal to even understand what was going on the Twitch platform when people were giving money. They're so used to the way of PayPal being used to buy goods and services, and it's not a good or a service. Goods or services is a donation, so it's like completely different. Does that make sense? Also, with bits on the platform, you get benefits. So you gift bits and it unlocks things on the platform like the bit badges. That simply does not happen when you give money via PayPal, and I don't think it ever will, because like I say, it's not in Twitch's interest. Thank you, Mickey. What is better for you? What will give you the most? As I say, Butler, if you spent $13 and gave it to me via Twitch, I'll probably get 10. If you gave me $13 via PayPal, I'll probably get over 12. But then you don't get any benefit on the platform by gifting dollars as you would if you gifted bits. So it's kind of up to... I leave it to you guys. I truly just say, you do you. I'm happy to get any support in any form, and there's a cut somewhere along the line anyway, so I leave it to you. Same, if you gift subs, right? If you was to gift 20 subs to the community, right? Then I don't, Twitch is going to take a fat chunk of that money, as it does, because I don't get all of that sub money, right? So they're taking a chunk, but you just put 20 people into the squirrel emotes. Out of the 20 people, 5 people might carry on subbing, which will benefit me in the future. They'll jump into Discord. Could be a fantastic part of the community. Keeps the stream running. Like, you can't really put a price on that. It's not all about money. So, you do whatever you feel you want to do, is what I say. Same as when people come in and say, oh, I'm sorry, Squirrel, like, I have to cancel my sub. I've run into hard times. Dude, put your family first, put yourself first. I'm here to entertain and whatever, but if it... I've always said this to myself, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, right? If I ever get to the point where there's not enough support to keep doing this, I stop doing it and I do something else. That's the way it has to be. You have to be pragmatic. You can't go in there just hoping and praying that it'll always work out. Like, it may not. So if not enough people can support the stream and then I can't support my family, then I have to do something else. That's life. So whenever you run into hardship and you can't sub, that's what you have to do. You have to put your family before me. I understand that. Mr. D-Storm, just want to make sure I was doing the best for you. Appreciate that, D-Storm. Thank you. Merlin, thank you for 300 bits. Does that explain the difference between bits and PayPal and dollars and stuff? I know I think Baz does PayPal because he doesn't like using bits, I think. That's fine. It's entirely his choice, but I agree, he won't ever see like a bit badge by giving dollars. And there's nothing anybody can do about that. Mr. T-Vale, thank you for 55 months. To a streamer, I would always say the most valuable thing is probably subscriptions. Because subscriptions represent recurring money. They represent stability. Like, donations come and go. One week somebody will donate money and then they don't donate for another 6 months. Like, it's variable. But if subscribing creates the stability that the streamer needs, so they are always better in some sense. And like I say, if you gift subs, sometimes they'll carry on. When that 1 month ends, they've had a month of using emotes, they've had a month of being in Discord, they've enjoyed it, and they think, well, I'll carry on with this. So that's like, it's a bit like fishing, I guess, in that sense. You might end up with somebody who stays around. Thank you, Paul112. You did just that, Sidekick. You gifted a sub and carried on. Yeah, so there you go. So somebody generously gifted you a sub, and you thought to yourself, cool, I'll carry on with this. Which is something you might not have done. You might not have ever subbed otherwise. Subbing to you is fishing. Not that kind of fishing. How's Snowrunner versus Modrunner? More fun, I think. Whee! So many people only do Twitch for the money. Yeah, I mean, I think that was always going to be the way. Like, I started doing this back in 2012, 2013. Started to do it, and back then it was an entirely different thing. There was not many people doing it, you know, and even fewer doing it like to pay their mortgage. It was, but now, like, you know, move forward a few years and suddenly it's one of those things where people are like, oh, I could do this, make money, do it for a living, quit my job. Like, there's lots of people in the market now, but like you say, a lot of them are not in it for any other reason other than to make as much money as they can, which is not unique to Twitch. It's true of many industries. So it's just people. Random Viking, thank you very much for gifting 10 subs to the community. Can we get some squirrel gifts in chat for Random Viking? And if you got one, please give him a thank you. I've been watching your teardown streams. So weird to see a truck take this terrain and not crumble. I know, right? That is the one frustrating thing about teardown, is like you want to take a vehicle up a slope and it like the front end just collapses. You're not into for the money. All your subs, bits, and donations money go to charities. Well, that's cool. I'm guessing that you earn your living a different way, and there's many people like that. They do Twitch or YouTube just as a hobby, I guess, because they actually make their living a different way.
Celebratory content.
Check we're going the right way here. Baz, I prefer donations because if I'm willing to spend $10 to you, more of those $10 actually goes in your pocket. True. What I want it to go not to Amazon's pocket. They already have enough. Yeah, Amazon's not poor right now. Absolutely, Madtown. That's absolutely. Wait, have I gone the right? Yes, I have. That was throwing me a little bit. Puppy has moved to garage.
I think we have that bug again with the cabins.
No. Right, well, can we just position the cabins and do them at the end or something after restart?
That's what I'm doing.
Because, like, I've got vehicles around the map now and I don't really want to have to do all that again.
But yours will stay.
Oh, that's true. Mine will actually stay. That's very true.
So if me and Pups are not doing anything, then let's quit and come back and just see what happens.
Like, I put it in the area and it's not even showing up, it's just still on 0 return.
Do you think a restart's even going to fix that?
Yeah, it will, because once you load in, it will go like, oh, there's a cabin here, oh, it'll work, oh, it does it, and that's how it works.
Yeah, it's what it did last time, wasn't it, Summer?
Yeah, it'll just be interesting to see
what number it goes to.
Obviously, Paul's trucks will be fine. If you're happy to obviously not have your truck where it currently is, then let's just do a restart. Because
Alright. Pups, are you in a position
to...
okay
with that?
Yeah, I'm good. It's already in the loading zone, so...
Okay, so if are you guys out, yeah?
I am now.
If I just return to main menu. And what, exit game, or did we just load back in? I can't remember.
Well, I don't know
I
if you want to do
can't
just a
remember
reboot at the 2-hour mark like we used to. I mean, we managed to do 4 hours last time, but whether you just want to reboot the game just to give it a chance.
All right, rebooting.
I'll reboot mine as well.
Yeah, I don't mind. Just can't hurt, can it?
Bottle of Hives, thanks for the explanation. I always donate via PayPal, and we'll keep doing that. I've just given bits once to test. I don't mind if I don't have fancy bit badges. I give to support you, not for my badge. I already have a nice sub badge. Thank you. D-Storm with 1,000 bits. Thanks for the explanation. Sorry to derail the stream. There's no derailing. It's a proper, legitimate question, and a lot of people don't understand how it works.
No, and there's even less streamers that would actually explain it as well.
Yeah, probably won't take the time, even if you ask them.
Well, let's face it, it is a personal question. It comes down to school, how much do you earn? You know, it's getting close on that borderline, isn't it? But it is that explanation of, yes, you get more from a donation. Twitch take their bit of bits. You see benefits for it, and a sub is the best way to show support, isn't it? And it is sort of in that order, isn't it? Really.
Yup. Thanks for the Yorkshire tea recommendation. I bought a 480 pack and loving it. Nice.
Try PG. Yeah. Paul, you know PG is better than Yorkshire. It was voted because it was the more people changed and stayed. You know that.
Humbug.
Full on live scroll rage because more people changed.
I've just seen it. It says 1 of 10. Please tell me I don't have to deliver 10.
We have to deliver 9, but yeah.
What, 10 cabins? I didn't crash.
Unless you happen to go there and see... I think it'd be better if Squirrel could afford to buy you another truck with a crane on it, and then we'll see if it will allow you to now move the cabin or whether it's taking it like it should do.
Yeah. Because if that's the case,
If it's the case, if you can just move it and jiggle it a bit and it'll just keep doing it, then we need to have Paul's truck so that we can jiggle it once it's been delivered, right? I love the fact that I'm only 9% progressed on this save, according to...
So you want me to buy a truck?
Or reuse one you've already got in the garage and just stick a crane on it for me a minute. Please!
What size crane? Just like a mini loading crane? Or does it have to be a massive crane?
A massive crane, because why not?
What vehicle? I've got the Tiger, the BM18 might do it. Let's have a look at the BM. Okay, you've got a heavy crane. Do you want a heavy crane?
Yeah, that'll do. Just send me your truck.
What's wrong with my truck? My truck is fine. Are you feeling a little bit inferior in your little tiny telehandler than the fact that my bonnet is talking free?
And the fact you can't drive and operate it at the same time.
That telehandler can go swivel. It's just... I like this truck, and I'm so desperate until we do the Collier Peninsula because I want four-wheel drive in this truck.
Thank you. Let's go and see if this works.
I thought it said it did have all-wheel drive, Costo.
It does have all-wheel drive.
Yeah, it had a button for all-wheel drive. You just have to enable it.
I remember the very beginnings of this, of you need to enable your all-wheel drive. No, it's all on. It's on all the time.
No. What's that? I have to ask my yearly question. Will there be a sock purge this year? I had that conversation with Mrs. Squirrel a couple of weeks ago when she was asking me what she wanted for Christmas, what I wanted for Christmas, and I said, the same thing I always want. What's that? The same black socks so I can open the drawer and grab any two and they just match. And then the saga continues every year. I think the answer to that one, Watchtower, is no. I have a cunning plan, though. I have a cunning plan. I'm going to try to find black socks that have some kind of feature on, like some kind of, maybe just like a thin grey strip, or maybe some slightly different coloured toe, like some way to distinguish them from all the other black socks I have. And then that way, I can 100% complete the purge. Because every time I see a sock that doesn't have that little decorative feature, I will throw it in the bin. So I just need to find the right socks now, and then I can make it happen. Honestly, Ridey, every single... You're going to get me on a rant here. Every single morning of my life is spent about 30 to 60 seconds wasted trying to find two socks. Because I'm not the kind of person that can wear different socks. Yeah? I don't like... If the thickness is different, I don't like it. If the different colours, don't like it. If the different lengths, I don't like it. I just want matching socks. That's all I ever want. And then that's where the problem starts and ends. And every day I waste like a minute of my life trying to make it happen. And it doesn't sound like a lot, but that's 365 minutes a year over the last I don't know how many years. You add that up.
I wonder how many times those of us in the nut house that have been round a few many years have you wasted our time with that same story.
Yep.
I mean, I've heard that at least 6 times, I think.
I'm pretty certain we used to have a highlight about it, but Twitch DMCA. I think it was called like the sock story or something. Yeah, you're on the same page as me, Astro Steve. Well, not wearing socks isn't really an option. Because that way you just sweat into your shoes and ruin your shoes, so that's not really going to happen.
I'll put a reminder on for next year's calendar to remember. Oh. I mean, you're getting pretty close to Utopia though, right? You're...
No.
And you know, I thought you like last year you purged every single sock in the world.
No, it never happens that way. Because there's always socks somewhere in the house, and they never properly get thrown away, because secretly Mrs. Squirrel will not really throw them away. And then the moment we run out of socks and somebody needs some, she just goes in that bag and then just starts dishing them back into circulation. That's how it works. The only way this will ever happen is if I physically make it happen. And for that to work, I need to see a distinguishing feature on my new sock so I can throw them away, throw the old ones away. Because I've worked out, if I leave it to her, it will never happen.
It's the case of like somebody asks to borrow some socks and she's like, oh, here's some of your dad ones that he doesn't use anymore. Then they wear them. They then go in the wash and then they get put back in your drawer because they're by proxy your socks. Is that how it happens then?
Yeah, this is the thing. Like everybody uses the same black socks pretty much. You know, there's other ones around, but a lot of them just get up in the morning and just throw some of them socks on. Do you have a fireplace? Captain Flint, keep wasting our time. We love it. Lol. Vrome. What if you was to get a bunch of black socks with a small squirrel logo on it? That would work, Vrome. That would definitely work. Trouble is, custom socks cost a lot more money. Right, small pipes. What do I need to make?
I'm not having a good day today. Things are just not going well.
Well, I've noticed on full screen the cabin thing is bugging out between 0 and 1 because I lifted it up and put it back on.
They're saying deliver to... No, I'm on the wrong mission, sorry.
Yeah, it changed over halfway through, which confused me as well.
Yeah, it keeps going between 0 and 1, that cabin thing. Yeah, Baz, I've had this discussion before. Like, the chances of you buying me the right sock that I will wear are very slim. Because it has to be the right size, the right length, and the right blend of polyester and cotton. I'm a little bit picky. So,
No,
my advice is...
never.
yeah, but...
What gave that away?
Yeah.
He was picky.
Some people don't understand that I'm picky, and Baz is obviously one.
Right, perhaps you have done this, and you poor sod. You've designed a livery for Paul, right? Your iRacer livery. You
Yes.
know how picky this guy can be about the smallest, insignificant, tiny little hairline details of things. Like, people don't understand how picky. Like, building the rig with him, the cable management is like, and like, go around and, oh, I just need to move this. Yeah, okay, we'll just move this. And he's saying, just to make it perfect, and like, don't get me wrong, it's pretty, but
I'm not going to argue or contest any of this.
see,
Do you know the best bit, Sammy? On the last car livery I deliberately put a Keck W logo right in the corner of the bumper, and it triggered him.
like he can't. He's speechless because he knows that he can't
I
defend
just said
himself.
I'm not contesting it.
I don't like that logo there. Could you move it 2 pixels to the left, please?
And God help the person that did all the emotes. Like, I feel so sorry for them. I just like. You think his name will get blacklisted of the sort of or ever approaches anything in the world of art to make something for them? They're just gonna go, nope, nope, I ain't doing it, nope.
Mom, they're picking on me.
You know how it feels, Paul.
Please tell them that is how you derail the stream. Sock talk, lol, or food talk. Oh dear.
My God.
So on this cabin one, do I actually have to bring... do I actually... I can't stop.
I'm not helping with your cabins. You've been picking on me now. I'm sulking in a corner.
Right, I was trying to say, on this cabin one, do I have to bring 9 more cabins?
Well, the 0 and 1 keeps changing for me, but the 10 not keep changing for me.
That's what they're on about, Baz. In fact, it keeps going between 0 and 1. It's bugged.
I lifted the cabin up and put it back down.
Even though it spent weeks on the test server, nobody bothered to do it in multiplayer, obviously.
Do 9 more cabins, it means I'm going to have to go to the other map.
You know, I don't think, I feel like I've not done anything productive over the last 2 hours. I feel like everything's gone so wrong. It's just, I think we need to team up. I think this is just not a challenge to do solo. It's going ridiculous.
Hang on a minute. Every time we said it was like team orders or we, you was like, it wasn't me, and now you want our help.
I'm not saying that.
Now you want our help.
Jesting. Fact.
Now you want to be part of the
Now
team.
it's the team.
I never said I wasn't part of the team. I said that wasn't a team order when you got dragged. You said, oh, it'll be alright. Like, come on.
Wait, the same bug as in single player. That's outrageous.
So I'm thinking I'm just going to deliver 10 cabins here, and then Paul can restart, and it will be done.
That's the theory.
That'll probably work, because it worked last time.
It's going to take forever.
Well, what are you working on?
Well, use trucks that I've bought, and then if we restart, you know what I mean, it won't disappear.
I mean, I've got to find... 9 cabins and like 18 planks of wood.
Yeah, start cutting down houses and stuff on the map. Or find
The
a...
other map has a sawmill.
I think we're going to have to get, like, big industrial here. We're going to have really big trucks like this. What I'm doing here, moving bits of metal around. Each run takes, like, 10, 15 minutes, and I'm moving 2 at a time. We need to be moving a lot more.
Have you delivered some beams to the rolled steel factory then, Paul?
I've delivered rolls, is it? That converts into whatever you want. So the rolls are sat there, so it can be pressed into pipes or whatever now.
Sammy, you know that big truck, how many spaces does it have?
4.
Twin steer for the big hauls. I think I'm going to do this run and then find something bigger.
So the trouble is with a twin steer is that it's not all-wheel drive. It's only rear-wheel drive.
Yeah, that's not going to work on this map.
But and it sounds stupid, but the all-wheel drive is in the Kola Peninsula, the Russian snow map. And like, I'm tempted to say that we need to abandon the Yukon just so we can get that single upgrade.
Oh, did we not get it?
Well, no, we haven't been to the Russian snow map yet, have we?
Twin Star is a beast with all the upgrades, worth getting the upgrades.
Yeah, exactly. We've got like 90% of them. We just need the last like all-wheel drive one. I like the twin steer. I've used it a lot.
Yeah, I mean, there's some vehicles that are just unusable until you get certain upgrades, and then they just turn into like really, really good vehicle.
Well, it's like the Hummer, wasn't it? Like, you were so not impressed with that.
Oh god, that was
the
awful.
first time round. But now you've got all the upgrades for it, and it actually works quite well.
Yeah, before the upgrades, it was just terrible. Let's get this out of here. Is it the only place I can get trailers is back at base? Has anybody seen a trailer store anywhere on the map?
No, I haven't. This second map is like really tough. Like, there isn't fuel, there isn't the trailer stores that we're used to, you know?
Hmm. Why is it being stupid?
So hang on a minute. So is the cabin that supposedly got delivered still there then?
Yeah, when Paul restarts, it will go to 1.
Oh, well, I've got 1 on my screen.
Yeah, I've got 1, but it's glitching on Paul's save, so...
Yeah, it's flicking between 0 and 1.
If we were to restart again, would it go to 2?
I doubt it.
It might flick between 0 and 2. Who knows?
So 10 restarts and that mission might be done.
Or you put 10
Maybe.
things there and then restart once.
Yeah.
No, it's in the Yukon. Yeah, if I had about that fuel trailer there, this wouldn't have even been possible what I'm doing here. Solus Bellator, 48 months, 4 years, new sub bench. Thank you very much, Solus. Yeah, it's got quite nice turbo winds with this engine. Just think, when they eventually make like electric trucks, like proper electric trucks that work.
Yeah.
You all like the whole concept of all-wheel drive and differential gearboxes will change. Because you just like the ability to put an infinite range of power through the wheels in any wheel you want, and then you can just computer control it to detect wheel slip in each wheel and just apply the right amount of power. So you just be able to press like an I win button and then put the foot down and it'll just maximize it.
Yeah.
It'll take all the fun out of it. There'll be no turbo sound, no putting it into all-wheel drive, diff lock in. You just press I win and off you go.
Well, you need to just have a CD, don't you, that's just got turbo whistle on it, like...
Yeah.
I guess one of the most satisfying things in the world, right? Turbo whistle. Just...
Oh, yeah. Well, from...
On a nice summer's day, window rolled down, and the turbo whistle coming through is beautiful, right?
No, they don't, because you don't need it. They generally put, like in the Tesla... Was it P100? They put a motor in the back wheels and a motor driving the front wheels. But yeah, there's ways and means around it easily enough. And if you was building a truck to go over this kind of terrain, then you might use more motors. I don't know. I was just hypothesizing about it all.
I mean, there's all restrictions on like the size of the wheel versus the size of the motor, isn't there? With a truck wheel, you can imagine you could probably fit 4 like car motors on one wheel, couldn't you?
Yeah, probably.
So, you know, I know it's probably exponential where the motor for a truck wheel will be of a size that goes with a truck wheel, but you know, you can imagine it's like it's no longer referred to as like, I don't know, 6-wheel drive on a truck. It's now referred to as like 38 motor drive, you know, or
I mean, I don't see why they couldn't make a hybrid truck now, to be honest.
I think it's just I don't know, maybe it is just that concept of the performance over the cost versus, I think it's got to come down to cost, isn't it, Paul? It's the only reason people don't do things, right? So it could be done, yes. Has it been done? Yes. Is it a viable solution for replacing trucks in the short term? No. Like,
makes you wonder, like you say, it must be down to cost. But until they can improve batteries enough for trucks, then a hybrid truck would at least eliminate the diesel side of it, which would clean things up a bit.
yeah, that's the other thing. Obviously, the heavier you make the truck, the less cargo you can carry, right?
Well, batteries are heavy, aren't they? So
Yeah. Let's face it, a truck is in a position to carry as many batteries as you like, right? You can build those into trailer rails and all sorts, can't you? Like, you can carry the batteries, but every battery you carry is like perhaps half a pallet of load that you can't lift because of just sheer weight axles on the road, right?
Well, I mean, more weight equals more friction as well, so there is that. But it is interesting that if you're burning fuel, the weight of the truck goes down as you progress through your journey. With a battery vehicle, that's just not the case. It always has the same weight all the way through. They already have a company working on a hybrid conversion, but I haven't heard anything about it. I'd like to see how that progresses.
I mean, the engineer in me, the hybrid's not the answer. The hydrogen system is the answer, relatively speaking.
Did you take anything out of this factory?
Yeah, I've took 2 small pipes.
Okay. I was very confused then as to why there wasn't 4 in stock when I just added 2.
Because I've already done 2.
Yeah, I didn't. That's why I asked. But when I was looking at it, it was like, huh? Where's the other 2 gone?
Well, I thought that the small pipes were only a single load slot, and they're not. They're a double load slot. So I was concerned that I couldn't take 3 at once, but I can't take 3 at once anyway.
James, why would a battery be lighter when it's discharged? When electrons weigh like... All you're discharging is electrons, isn't it? And electrons weigh like 1 to the minus 31 grams. Like something absurdly small. So I don't... Where does the weight loss come from? Apparently Porsche is working on a higher voltage charging system. 800 volts, wow. Imagine that. I might make a trip back to the trailer store. What am I doing? I can just recover when not in hardcore mode. Lol. Yeah, the other day that the buses here in Northern Ireland can be replaced with hydrogen engines. Yeah.
Yeah, hydrogen does take a lot of energy to make it into pure hydrogen, but it's not as much energy as one battery takes to make by the time they've mined it, shipped it, moved it halfway around the world. Like pound for pound or whatever it is on the eco points, right?
Problem is, charging only takes about 10 minutes to fuel a truck, whereas hours to recharge. Yeah, I often wondered if they could just have a way of swapping batteries out easily, but...
Well, it's the other thing is doing the sort of mag rail thing, isn't it? The future of having a rail on the motorway that provides EMF charging as you drive.
Yeah, that special rail.
Yeah.
It's cool, that stuff.
Not necessarily a rail, but like an actual contactless magnetic transfer of pads, like they do with some of the phones, that you can lay your phone on the pad, can't they, and they'll recharge. You know, if you're on a motorway trip and you're in the electric lane or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that demonstrated where they drive a car along and then it just induction charges the car as it drives over the special bits of track.
So what are you going after now, Paul?
I'm trying to move more of that metal. Or I can, because we can't really move any of the cargo unless we move the metal rolls there, right?
Well, I'm thinking that I've done the pipes.
Right.
I could get. I wonder. I'm basically wondering if there's metal beams on the other side of. In the other map. I'm gonna have this quick scout.
What are you thinking? Like northwest?
In the other. Because with what is it? We need 4 metal beams, which is 8 load slots, isn't it? Total.
Yeah, and I've got 7 on
6.
this, I think.
Have we got 7 or 6?
6.
Yeah.
If I can move it.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if there's another solution with the flooded foothills, because I thought there was a. Was it the railway station that had metal? Well, there's metal rolls there.
Is this the only warehouse on the map?
On that map, yeah.
Alright.
But you can drive through tunnels to link the 2 maps.
Yeah, see, there's a warehouse just at the top of the hill, through into the flooded foothills from the Big Salmon Peak where we are at the moment.
Which side of the map's that?
It's just literally as you come through the gateway from the Big Salmon Peak, there's a warehouse just there. So it's how treacherous is the path between there and the warehouse, but like the warehouse isn't like fully stocked. It's like there's 2 concrete slabs and we need 3. And there's 3 metal beams and we need 4. But would that just help? Was the only thing that I'm thinking.
Let's see how much Russian power this thing really has. You think hydrogen is the future, Dylan?
Just get cars and cut the floor off, and then people can run along while they're in the car, can't they? Thanks.
You know, the trailer's like completely submerged. Oh, come on. Snowrunner is a sequel to Mudrunner. You built your first PC recently and you want to get games like this but want to get a wheel. Yes, I don't know if wheels are anything like flight sim gear right now, but flight sim gear is hard to get hold of.
What isn't hard to get hold of at the moment?
Toilet roll.
Lol. Pups, is that your caterpillar that's in the yard?
No.
Paul's?
Yeah.
Paul, could you get rid of your caterpillar in the yard? Because I can't turn around in one swoop, I have to reverse.
Can't you jump in? Can't you jump into it and move it?
Right, oh, that's good. You just get rid of it though, but I'll move it.
Oh, you want me to like remove it, not move it?
It might be mine. What map is it on?
Big Salmon Peak.
That's the other one. That's probably mine. Just throw it in a bush somewhere.
Team orders, throw it in a bush somewhere. Uh-oh, gone the wrong way.
Hey,
This
I'm
is
gonna
not
spend
good.
like then I'm gonna spend like the next 2 hours just moving wood and cabins.
Remember when this game first came out and we was playing it, and every time somebody was near you, it was just constant, like somebody throwing a brick in the water, like every 10 seconds.
I mean, I think we've all quite enjoyed this, right? It's not, obviously it's frustrating and raging at times, but it has been mostly fairly rounded, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, it wouldn't play it if it wasn't fun, but there are certain things that that weren't tested properly, shall we say. Oh my god, this thing has a turning circle of a cruise ship.
I think yours has a turning circle of a cruise ship. Wait till you drive the twin steer.
Yes, it used to crash a lot, Chester. Absolutely. Yeah, it is a nice looking game, I'll give you that. Like, even the tarmac roads here aren't just tarmac, the tarmac covered in boulders.
Yeah, and that so annoys me. Like, of anything, when it's tarmac, why do you feel inclined as a developer to put little tiny rocks that if you're going slightly too quick, it'll just damage your suspension?
Yep.
Which I know is realistic, yeah, let's be fair. But, oh, hang on a minute, let me just get out of my cab and kick that rock to a side, you know.
Yeah, a few of them, but there's like 100 of them. Probably tomorrow, I guess, Neon. It would be cool if you could configure your truck to have like a snow plow on the front and then just push loads of rocks out the way.
Yeah, snowplow DLC.
Along with that chainsaw DLC.
Along with chainsaw DLC.
Along with the double winch DLC.
Along with the double winch. That is, let's face it, we would all pay quite good money to have those 4 DLCs in the game.
If they priced each of those at $49.99, I wonder how many people would buy them.
I wouldn't even hesitate.
Premium DLC.
Yeah, like that's worth it in my opinion.
The manager nobody knows, because even I don't know what I'm playing tomorrow. I'm not joking. He says you don't get what's so fascinating about this game, you just drive slow, but I want to play. I think saying that you just drive slow is not... is disingenuous to the game, to be honest. Like, there's a lot of challenge in the game. There's logistics that you have to think about, moving things around. Then there's, like, configuring the right vehicles to do the job, and then there's actually your driving skill making it happen and not tipping the trucks over or getting them beached in the water or flipping them upside down. There's a lot to it. And then, honestly, there's no other game quite like this one when it comes to terrain physics and trucks.
It is the most realistic emulation of what it's like to do this real life.
Yeah, it's not perfect, but it's pretty darn good.
Yeah. Other than the trees that bounce back and, you know, pebbles that damage your tyres and stuff, it's pretty damn realistic, right?
And bouncy trees that are just immune to 10-ton trucks, yeah. Yes, this game has a lot of mods actually, Android. Mudrunner was the same. So many mods. Like Mudrunner's got lots of map mods and lots of vehicle mods. We gifted you a sub. I don't know, we had about 50 or 60, 70 subs gifted in the start of the stream. Could have been any one.
Oh, I so want all-wheel drive in this twin steer.
I don't think this thing's going to be able to haul when I load it up, you know.
Well, I can tell you 2 metal beams on a 4 slot on the twin steer is difficult.
Metal's heavy, right?
Yeah.